Today we are with a special guest from Lebanon, Greece roots, back to Lebanon, all from the Arab world. Let's explore how creativity works and how to link that with the cinematic scene in Lebanon and to the cinematic scene worldwide. George, could you please introduce yourself and what do you do for business?
Hello, hi, my name is George Yacoub, and I'm an author, actor, painter, and motivational speaker. Yeah, I know, I have a few titles. And so I'm an artist. I chose arts because you see in life it's either arts or calculations, and I chose the arts way because I found myself in that way, and I found that I'm really good at arts, and it's just me. So that's why I chose arts. And like I said, I paint. I I'm an author of 8 books. I'm writing the 9th book. Um, I act as well. I've acted a lot in Lebanese TV series, cinema films, ads, commercials, campaigns, short films. I've done films in short films actually in Europe as well. And that's about it. I mean, the thing is about these titles, like, and I'm always busy, you see, because I have so many arts. Like I said, like I called the four arts which I work on, like writing. So writing, to be an author, okay, you see, an author is just not writing books. As well, I have to blog. I have to. I have to. I get I get jobs such as public speaking in schools. I get as well articles to write. So if you break down author, you get lots of things to do, you know. And painting as well. It's not just sitting home and painting, because painting is as well. I attend exhibitions. I I attend symposiums, painting symposiums, and sometimes I travel because I get awarded, or I represent Lebanon in some way. Okay, and then I have as well as acting is as well. If you break down acting, you know, you have to study the script. You have to you have rehearsal. You have to put yourself in the character. You have to do research about the character you're going to act in. Okay, and motivational speaking is the less work. But of course, because why? Because it's all about experience. So you have to talk about your experience, and not just about experience, because my experience can be different than your experience. My truth can be different than your truth. You see. So you have to, of course, you have to go into details, which I'm really good at now, which I know how to do. Because if you do not go into details, then it's going to kind of cause harm to others as well, if they don't have a very big understanding and they're not very wise. It might cause harm. Yes.
So my first question here, what inspires you to work? What inspires your mind to produce art?
The inspiration is that's a good question. Okay, the inspiration is, you know, since I was a child, I I noticed a lot. I realized, I had this realization. Let me put it this way: I had an awareness, an understanding, and I used to watch. I used to see life as it is, and seeing that made me see what others cannot see. So that's what made me go into the details of arts, go into art, to writing, to painting, ideas. And because when I was young, I used to always have an understanding. I used to know, and still I had this awareness, you know, and what I saw made me work, because I guess that's what creativity is. It's when you see what other people cannot see. In calculations, I'm really bad.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, I'm an artist, you know.
So could you take us on a little journey? What ideas you discuss in your books?
Okay. I mostly write about mysteries, what mystery is, the difference between real love and um, and what fake love is. The mind, how man can go beyond mind, how can be he can be an observer of the mind, how he can observe the mind, how he can be a watcher. Um, Love, like I mentioned before, I'm repeating love a lot because I think the ultimate goal in life is love. And if one reaches love, like really loves, then forget about all meditations, yogas. The one is enlightened. خلاص. وصل. In Arabic, وصل is he reached. Okay. Um, I also talk about human behavior, um, the secret of happiness, um awareness. You know, because if let me, my whole teaching is that you know the program of the world, the program of the of societies of the world, um, the rules. It's all it all teaches. It teaches one how to feel, how to think, how to see. Okay, but man, man can never think on his own, feel the way he has to feel, love the way he's supposed to love. All of these are from the program of the world or society. Or so I teach how you to be yourself, not what others teach you.
Okay.
You understand? So that's my message, and how to be yourself totally, and love and uniqueness. How each person is unique, just like each fingerprint. And you see, life is to me, life is it's a visit. It's really quick. It's very quick. So if you tell me, do I remember my great grandfather? I'll tell you no. Okay, and it's the same with everyone. Once we leave Earth, eventually people are gonna forget us.
Yeah.
And you know, so I saw an old man once, an old man, and some guys were making a group of guys. I'm sorry, I was shaking the table, and a group of guys were like, "Look at that old man! Look at him! Look at the way he walks!" And that old man, he worked so much in his life. He worked so much, and he was an important person in the world, in society. But you know, they just saw him passing by, and he was very down to earth, this old man, and that's how people are. So they see if they see an old man, they're going to be like, "Look at that old man." But do you know how much he worked? So that's why don't work for people. Don't work for people. Work for yourself. What gives you an happiness? So love yourself. Do what makes you happy. And of course, it's nice to show people your work, you know, but don't depend on them for the happiness. You see, you understand. So yeah, so a person has to live his own way of life, his own style of living, you know. And this is one of my books, My Truth. I titled it My Truth because it's my truth. It can be different than other people's truth. Okay, so my truth is like if I wanted to write, if I wanted to tell you it's a truth, it wouldn't be a truth. Like because my truth is, Anna, I like to sleep at say at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, then if it was a truth, I would tell everyone, hey, sleep at 4 o'clock and wake up at 11, then take a nap for 2 hours. But it might not suit other people. You know what I mean? This is my truth. It makes me happy, but it might not make you happy. That's why I tell each person is unique, just like each fingerprint. You understand? Like in school, they used to tell me sit and study, and I used to pretend to study. I used to think of something else. I used to look at the trees, at the birds, I used to imagine my dream girl, and but that was me. That's me. That's my. I was born this way. It's myself. And then I graduated. It was difficult for me to graduate in school because I had math and physics was nice because physics is has the universe and the mysteries, and it was nice. I liked, but like math the most gave me a really bad time. I used to read math and I used to see these little things. Once they told me draw a tree house, George, a tree house, in math, and I drew her a tree. I drew a tree. She was like, no, a tree house with the numbers. I was like, oh, okay. But then I went into arts in university, and that's when I did good. But still, I was having problems with calculations, Yeah. And um, so those are the topics, and I really I know that the universe. Okay, I've written all of this down, but to remember now, it's gonna give me a headache. I've written this in my new books. Like the universe knows everything it knows what's good for you, what's perfect for you. It knows how to make you work. It knows everything. That's why that's what trust is. So if something happens to you, things happen. Of course, this is life. Mistakes. Mistakes is a good example. Mistakes, problems, they all happen for your best, for your perfection. That's why they happen. They happen so they can teach you something, what your soul needs, what you need. It's like an opportunity. The universe is, we're one with the universe. We're one. So whatever happens, it happens all because it's all connected to happen. You see, like example, let me give you an example. I'm drinking tea now, and this is my second one. Say I drink a third drink, and and then I drink 3 coffees afterwards. Example, it's gonna give me a headache. It's gonna give me a low breathing. It's gonna give me problems. But how can I think of it? I can think of it in this way: that the universe. This happened because the universe wanted to teach me something, to not go extreme. Perhaps perhaps out of all of this drinking, okay, this is a good example. Out of all of this drinking, I got my cell phone and I broke up with my girlfriend. Why? Why? Because I was always shy to break up with her. I was shy. I was hesitant, and I broke up with her. Okay, because I was really angry why I did this to myself. But then the universe did all this through the coffee and the tea. So I had to thank that. You see, it works in a very mysterious way. It all works. You see, it's abstract kind of, but everything happens for the perfection, for your perfection. Whatever happens, excuse me. Sometimes
Yeah.
my Arabic words come out because I live in Lebanon. And,
It is lovely.
yep. Yeah, and as well, I'm writing now my ninth book, and I can't wait till it comes out because I wrote so much things which I learned and which I understood in life. Yeah, I would love to come to Egypt and do a book signing.
Certainly.
Yeah,
And so, could you show us some of your paintings and how you come to produce them?
sure. Okay, hold on. Let me just. So my paintings I'm an abstract painter, okay, and as you see,
Wow.
this is one of my paintings. I love painting the cosmos because the cosmos, it's really deep and has lots of mysteries. Okay, and this is another one. And like I mentioned, I'm an abstract painter and a minimalism as well painter. Okay, and this one too. And then I have this. So I have, these were right next to me right now. So, but let me explain to you about them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, like I mentioned before, like everything is connected. So you can see that, like the universe, it's one, it's all connected, and you could see like the pink in the middle. It's like it's like a loving energy, a positive energy. It's That's what I meant in it. And perhaps I'll title this one "Love Energy." Just came up with me right now. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
It is so lovely.
okay, and thank you so much, Nour. I
Really, it
appreciate
is.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, and this painting as well, it's space. I titled this as "Knowing." I guess because I have so many paintings, but I have to make sure knowing, because the universe is knowing and it knows. So I titled it by knowing. This one, it's darkness. Like I titled it darkness because it's dark, and in darkness, Noor, you have lots of mysteries as well. Darkness is deep. It makes you. It gives truth to you sometimes. If you're in a tranquil, dark mood, it gives you a kind of access to seeing things as they are. You understand? So that's why I like to paint dark things as well. Okay, and this is I drew this because of my country, Lebanon, and since the economy is really bad in Lebanon, and we've been going through a lot in Lebanon, so people have been traveling from Lebanon, teenagers, students, because to live in Lebanon, it's almost gonna be impossible because of the crisis, the economy crisis. And what I meant by this painting is, you see the blue window up. Okay, so this blue window, a guy, he left his family and his country, and he traveled to a place in Europe, and that's where he lives. He lives up there at that blue window over there, and he's feeling very phobic through missing home, through his love feelings towards his family and his home. But he has no choice but to travel because he wants to continue his studies and yeah, and I have much more, but you can have an idea of my paintings. Okay. Yeah, you see, my mom is a painter as well, so that's why there's paintings over here as well. Huh. And our whole house is me and my mom are artists, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a place
So
to
let
live
me.
in, George.
Yeah, it's you know, Noor. Excuse me. Let me just put back my. Okay, you know, if the whole secret is to be appreciative, is to be grateful. If you have those two, then wherever you are, you can make it. You can be happy. You know, like happiness is not doesn't come from it doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from things, from people, from it comes from inside you. And so does peace come from within. Freedom, entertainment, this all comes from inside. And what I learned is that, you know, in this quarantine, what I really learned is that, you know, like time passes really quick once you appreciate. And but you know, as well, I'm lucky because I have because I because I have a beautiful mother, a caring family who are full of love, and perhaps I'm lucky, and I thanks the universe always for that, because it's a good feeling. It makes it's really good for the soul, and yep.
Yeah, it is great. So let's jump into another area. How does acting fit into this world of creativity?
Oh, acting is really nice. Acting fits in once you're as well. You have to be creative at it. Like sometimes I get roles such as someone emotional, or as someone loving, someone the bad person, the bad guy, and like how the bad guy turns out to be the good guy. Then you see all these characters you get. If you're enjoying acting them, then it's helpful because you're taking all the negative energy out of you, and it's as well. It's the creative part is when you make people laugh, or when you make people cry, or when you make that's creative, because people are feeling what's they're feeling you. They're feeling what they're feeling your acting, your arts. They're feeling your creativity. You see, and like me, I'm very good at acting the bad guy. I'm creative at it. I'm good at it. So the screen is a bit small, and sorry, now the screen is much more better, and that's what made me the bad guy. Actually, made me famous in the acting career.
Okay.
That's what made me famous. The bad guy. Give me a good. Yeah, I've acted good guy, but I'm really good at acting the bad guy. I don't know why, or the psycho, or the crazy guy. You know, like, yeah.
Okay, let's widen the topic a little bit. How do you compare art and the art scene in Lebanon to what is happening worldwide?
Ah, Okay, it's a good question. Arts in Lebanon is, there's lots of artists, painters, actors, lots of arts. But coming to compare to abroad, you see, acting in Lebanon is, I don't like it. I don't like it at all because the way they act in Lebanon is too much ego, and show off. So when the actress acts, you feel that it's through ego and show off. So they won't accept to have like a very
Okay. Yeah.
like a humble acting, a humble or a
Positive.
low standard acting character. They won't like it if you give it to them, and those are the most characters which you can be creative at. And in all the good movies is when, example, you see a garbage man. Respect to garbage people. The idea in Lebanon is really bad for the garbage people. Um, um, the garbage person, say in a good movie, he wins a lottery, which is $100 million, but he sticks to cleaning because he loves it a lot. Good movies are like that, I mean, but my whole point is in Lebanon that acting career is show off and is ego. That's it. There is no acting. This is not acting, and it's all technical. There is no creativity. Abroad is, yeah, the acting career abroad is much better. It's To me, it's more authentic. In Lebanon, it's phony. You see, and you have lots of painters as well, and writers in Lebanon too. But nowadays it's all prestige, and I don't get it. They have so much jealousy between each other. These artists nowadays, it's like it's all about like they talk about each other. That's not how artists are. Yeah. Artists has to be. I respect an artist who who can show his work, who's a show off in his, who would who's good at his work, who he works because he feels he has to work. He knows this is the purpose. If I don't work, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna feel guilt. I need to work, and I don't care about anything else. Of course, he cares, but he's not into society. He's not into prestige. He's not into this. He just focuses on his work because he knows he has something he has to give it to. But nowadays, like, it's all about the prestige, and it makes me sad, really, because I have to deal with all these people around me, and it makes me feel lonely. It's like, yeah. Abroad, they're more authentic. Like I said, they're much more authentic. In Lebanon, they do it to access fame, prestige. But you have few artists. You can count them on fingers, which are good in Lebanon. You have like the singer Melham Barakat. He's really good. You have painters like Wajir Nahle. You feel that there's creativity. You see it. It's otherwise it's all commercial. They do it to market themselves. Marketing to themselves. But artists, they're known for being hungry. Whoever, if I meet a girl and I tell her I'm an artist, first thing that's going to come to her head is this guy's poor, doesn't make money. It's known internationally. It's known. You just have very few who are making good money out of art. Even Paulo Coelho, the author, considered to his fame globally, he has millions of dollars, few millions, which is nothing compared to his fame. You see, arts you cannot make. It's not a, well, you can eat, you can, but okay, I jumped a bit. So if I meet a girl and I tell her I'm an artist, she's gonna be, first thing is gonna be like, he's an artist. He's not making money. But that's an artist. That's the way of food for an artist is his work. That's his work, his food. His food, the food is his work. Excuse me.
Yeah.
His work is his food. Excuse me. And the patience, the peace. That's the way of an artist, the way of his living. But of course, you have to be aware because artists, they're not always calm. You can see them. Sometimes, of course, they go very extreme in negative imagination. They go frustrated. You see, because they're like strangers to the world. They're not like other people. You see, so like if you put an artist, a real artist, and say he's very rich, or suddenly he became so much rich, he's gonna still be living the same way. He doesn't care. He's still, so if you, whatever you do, he's gonna stick to his work because that's what really gives him an inner satisfaction.
Mhm.
The real happiness is from inside. That's what really gives him. So when he does a painting, when he writes, when he whatever art it is, it's good. Then he can eat happily, but then he goes back to work. So, but of course he enjoys, but his work is very important. The work of an artist is very important to him or to her. Yeah.
It has been awesome and great to know about what's happening in Lebanon and how the creativity is panning out with you, especially with your writings and your great endeavors in public speaking as well. Thank you so much for that, George, indeed.
And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nour. I appreciated it a lot. And it was an honor to be interviewed by you.